The broadest principle of strength training is getting heavy. When you're trying to do the strongest, heaviest lifts, you're trying to drive weight through the ground in many cases. So if you're lying on a bench, you're driving your back through the bench, your feet through the ground, and that's what lifts the weight. But if you have to do something like an Olympic lift, a kettlebell swing, the whole intention is to go fast. You actually have to make yourself somewhat lighter. So if you don't, then the velocity will stay slow and it totally changes the movement. So from the idea of like versatility in the human experience or for human movement is like sometimes you want to be doing stuff where you're really teaching yourself how to get heavy, and that's so valuable. I see a lot of people that are lighter body weights. You're having a hard time putting weight through the ground. That's the value of weight training. Not only is it loading the long bones specifically, but it's teaching you to put more weight through the ground because you have to match the resistance and you have to be able to put that weight to the ground to lift the resistance. And then conversely, if you're somebody that needs to feel a little bit lighter on the ground, that's where some of the value of aerobic training is, and then progressive speed additions in interval training to aerobic training or some type of power movement like a kettlebell swing, like even Olympic lifting that's a little bit more complex, but it really, really teaches you to lighten yourself, unload yourself, and then find load again. And you know, some of that stuff seems complex at first, but it's a very worthy practice because ultimately it starts to carry over to what you do throughout the course of the day. What would it be like to feel a little bit lighter when you're walking around? And what's it like to be able to feel heavier into the ground when you have to lift something that would have otherwise felt heavy to you?